Hello, good afternoon. This is David Sutter talking to you, and today is my weekly trade predictions for the upcoming trading week of May 25th through May 29th, 2020. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at all the major Forex currency pairs on a 30-minute time frame, and then we're going to compare that to higher time frames such as 4-hour, daily, and weekly, and I'm going to try to give you my analysis of what I think is going to happen this coming week. Okay, so to begin with, I just want to show you real quick that all the currency pairs, pretty much everything, was in a flat ranging market. Okay, and this is pretty much what I predicted last week, that everything is in a stalemate right now. There's a lot of instability in the market. Everything's fighting to go back up. Okay, and everything's going into recession because of this coronavirus, right? So there's not going to be any major new trends coming anytime soon. I do not feel that. Okay, although everything's fighting to go back up. U.S. dollar wants to go up. Donald Trump is trying to put more money into the economy to get the U.S. dollar back up and get jobs back where they belong. But of course, the job market is down. But that's pretty much everywhere. Okay, that's not just in the U.S. So anyhow, everybody's suffering, I know, but there's still a lot of money to be made in the Forex market. The thing is, if everything's in a flat range of market like you see here, okay, there's not a lot of movement, there's not a lot of big trends, so you're not going to get huge profits per trade. Okay, you're going to get just small little profits here and there, but that's okay. Let it compound, let it grow over time. Okay, that is the plan. All right, so if we look here on Euro USD, okay, obviously we see this is in a flat range of market. The price ended pretty much where it began, but let's look at the 4-hour chart and try to see what we can see. Okay, the 4-hour chart has an up arrow and never formed a red arrow, right? And so we had this high point here and dropped back down this past week, but it kind of looks like it's going to be going back up. All right, if we look at the daily chart, we have an up arrow, right? We look at the weekly chart, same thing. So we know long term this is definitely going to be going up, but like you said, the past few weeks has just been a flat range market because of all this COVID-19 stuff going on. So we cannot expect any huge gains, huge trends to develop this week. So what I would do is simply, just like I said last week, simply put it on a 15-minute chart, and you can trade from arrow to arrow. If you want, you could only trade on the buy signals because the long-term trend is bullish. It should be going up. But then again, all the currencies are wanting to go up. So you're not going to have any major uptrends develop on this one. So I would probably stick to a 15-minute chart, maybe even a 5-minute, but 15 minutes should be okay, and just trade from arrow to arrow. If you look here on this one here in particular, that was about a 1,200 point drop, so that's pretty good. Now it's getting ready to go back up again, okay, which is good. So right now you could buy and hold for for a day or two, and probably Monday and Tuesday this will be going back up, and then around Wednesday we should see it drop back down again. Okay, so that is my prediction for this one. Let's move on to Great British Pound versus the US dollar. Okay, GBP USD. Again, we see it as pretty much on a flat range of market. This past Friday was pretty much dead. It had very much movement. We see some up arrows here, but it's not really going up, is it? So let's look at the 4-hour chart to get a kind of bigger picture of what's going on. If we look at the 4-hour chart, we have an up arrow. Okay, it came up and it came back down. The question is it going to keep dropping, or is it going to go up? Okay, the daily and the weekly both show to go up long term. I know this because we've been looking at this for the past few weeks, but we did have a big drop here the week before last, and probably, I don't know, probably will drop some more, simply because like the 30-minute chart went up and then came back down and formed another blue arrow here. Okay, but what's interesting here is they have a pretty strong level of support. Okay, the price keeps hitting this support and has not broken. So what I would do, this is just me, but I would look for this to break. If this breaks, okay, and keeps dropping, then we can expect it to drop down to another level, which would be right here at this support. Okay, if I zoom out, you can see this, right? So that is what we're looking for. And technically you could put a sell stop pending order here and a take profit up here. All right. Also, what you can do is, we know the long-term trend is bullish. It should be going back up at some point. We don't know exactly when, but what we can do is mark this resistance here. That's a very strong level of resistance. Also, there is another resistance right here and another resistance up here. So we could, for now, we could put a buy stop pending order here and take profit here. Okay, so we catch a price when it goes back up, and we can catch a price if it drops down. Either way, okay, I don't know. At this point, I cannot tell you what the market's going to do. I do think it's going to drop even more, but I know the long-term trend is bullish, so it should be going up. You'll probably see it drop Monday, going into Tuesday, and then around Tuesday, Wednesday, you will see it spike back up again. That's my prediction, okay? And again, you can put the charts on the 50-minute time frame, and if you want, trade from arrow to arrow, and you should be fine. But just be careful. Look at the 4-hour chart, look at the daily chart, and to see what the long-term trend is. Okay, if you trade on a 5-minute or even 15-minute chart, you want to try and go with the bigger trend. Okay, and I would only place buy trades, but there's no set rule right now because everything's up and down. So even a 30-minute chart would be okay, I guess. Trade from arrow to arrow. It should be going up now. Now we have 2 blue arrows on the 30-minute chart, but then again, it might drop even more. We don't know. So just be patient and try to analyze this as best you can. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. I'll definitely help you. Moving on to Australian dollar, US dollar. We see this price ended pretty much where it began, but it was slightly higher. It did have a slight gain, which is to be expected. The Australian dollar has been very strong lately the past few weeks. So I'm thinking this AUDUSD is probably going to be gaining even more this week. All right, now so if we look in the 4-hour chart, we have a down arrow, okay, and it's supposed to be dropping. But if we look at the daily and weekly, we show to be going up, okay. So it's not in a downtrend really, okay. The 1-hour chart shows to go up. So what I'm thinking is that yes, this will be going up probably the beginning of the week, okay. Probably Monday and Tuesday we'll see this go up, and then Wednesday it'll shoot back down again. Okay, that's my best guess on this. If you look at the 30-minute chart where we were, it has an up arrow, right? And we could expect this to go up even higher than where it is right now. I don't know exactly how high it will go, but we see here on the 15-minute chart, if we look at the 15-minute time frame, we see a resistance right here, okay? We can expect it to go that high, even though it's kind of stagnant right now. This is a close of Friday, but we can expect it to go even higher and then bounce back down. I would probably guess that it's going to shoot back up probably Monday and Tuesday, and then by Wednesday we should see it drop back down again. Okay, so again, like I've always said, put it on a 15-minute time frame, and you can trade from arrow to arrow. But do keep an eye on the larger trend, which is bullish, okay? So if you want to be safe, only place buy trades, okay? And right now would probably be a good time to buy. You could technically mark this resistance right now. If you look right here, you get a pretty strong level of resistance. And what you can expect is I would probably put a buy stop pending order above here, and take profit somewhere in here. I wouldn't go for a huge gain, but even if like from right here up to here, that's like 300-400 points. If you get 300 points, that's good. All right, on one single trade. So that's not bad. Do that 3 or 4 times a week, and you have pretty nice profit every single week, right? Now let's move on to US dollar Swiss franc. Okay, USDCHF. Again, we see this in a flat range of market. The US dollar is fighting hard to come back, but with the with the economy and the job report, everything is just dead right now. Okay, so do not expect any huge gains with the US dollar. Do not expect any huge losses, because Donald Trump is trying to put more money into the economy right now and trying to revive the economy, but at the same time, you know, all businesses are closing their doors. You know, a lot of companies are going out of business right now because of this coronavirus, and people all over the country are losing their jobs. So that is really impacting the economy. Now, if we look at the 4-hour chart, look at the 4-hour chart here. Okay, we have an up arrow, never formed a red arrow. We could venture to say that this will be going up, which more than likely it will, but the daily shows to go down and the weekly shows to go up. Okay, and it's been showing that for quite some time, which is a very strong mixture of signals. The weekly chart is stronger, of course, okay, but the monthly is even stronger, and that one shows a down arrow. So long term, I do think this will be dropping, okay, but you know, that's really hard to say, difficult to say right now, because we just don't know right now exactly what's going on. I do see like this resistance right here, this downtrend. So with that in mind, okay, we see the price had already come up this past week. If I go down to a 1-hour chart, you can kind of see that a little bit better, but it didn't quite hit that resistance, but it did come close. Okay, and that's close enough really to hit a resistance. You see it hit here, came back up, hit the same resistance right here. All right, and it's already starting to drop. So what I think is going to happen this week is, in the beginning of the week, we'll see a drop, okay, and then around the middle of the week, we'll see it rise back up. Okay, that should be the scenario here for this week. Okay, so again, put on like a 15-minute time frame and trade from arrow to arrow. You should be just fine. All right, and you see here on the 15-minute chart, we have a really tight range in the market here. From this point to this point, it's only 350 pips. So that's, you know, very small range. But that was, all this was on Friday, which the market was pretty much dead anyways at that time. So watch for Monday for this to drop. Okay, it should break the support, keep dropping, and then probably, if I zoom out a bit, it'll probably drop down to this support here. Okay, that's what I'm guessing, and then we'll see it bounce back up again. Okay, probably around Wednesday. So do keep an eye on that. You can both buy and sell. Just, you know, take your time. Okay, wait. I would not place a sell trade right this moment, because it could shoot back up, but wait for this support here to break. Okay, wait for that to break and then drop to here. Okay, if this one breaks, it's going to drop down. Okay, so again, I would probably go for like a 200-300 pip take profit. If you put a sell stop here and like take profit here somewhere, you get about 300-350 pip take profit. So it should be perfect. All right, and then once it hits the support and comes back up, then yes, you could put another buy stop pin order above here and catch a profit on the way back up. Okay, so anyhow, that's my predictions for US dollar Swiss franc. Moving on to USD JPY. Okay, US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Again, we see, like I said, we see everything in a flat range of market. The price ended slightly higher than where it began. So if we look at the 4-hour chart, we have a down arrow here, okay, meaning that this price should be steadily going down. If we draw a trend line like this coming down, that marks a very strong resistance, and I feel that this will be dropping. Okay, I think that's the case for pretty much all the USD pairs. Okay, it should be dropping for most of this week, and well, not for most of the week, for at least the first half of the week, and then, you know, Wednesday going to Thursday, we'll see it spike back up. But excuse me, overall it will be dropping. Okay, that is what I feel very strongly about. If you want, you can probably just focus on sell trades only, but you know, I don't think there's going to be, you know, any reason why you cannot buy also. Just do not focus on huge gains huge profits every time. All right, get 100, 200 pips per trade, and that's fine. Get in and get out as quickly as possible. All right, so even the daily chart shows to go up, and the weekly chart shows to go up. So yes, the long-term trend is bullish, it should be going up, but for this week I do not expect it to be going up. Okay, if you look here on the 1 hour and 4 hour chart, it shows to be going down. So for this week we can expect it to be going down. It's probably going to go down, back up, hit this trend line again, and the same thing is going to happen next week. Okay, the following week. All right, it's probably going to keep dropping like that. Okay, so anyhow, we can expect that to drop. Let's go into US dollar, Canadian dollar, USDCAD. Okay, US dollar, Canadian dollar. Again, we see here the flat range of market, nothing new here, right? We do see the price starting to come back up, which is interesting. Okay, we had a big drop, kind of a moving sideways fashion here, and then start to go back up again. So now, question right now, is it going to go up? Okay, US dollar, Canadian dollar is a very unique pair because they both follow a similar fashion, and they're both in North America. Okay, they're both connected. So this one in particular is a very unique pair. If we look at the 4 hour chart, we see we have an up arrow. Okay, so more than likely this will be going up this week. Okay, the daily and weekly, I know both show to go down, and yes, long term this will be dropping. Okay, but for this week, what I think is going to happen is we're going to see the price go back up and hit another level of resistance. Okay, before finally dropping. If we have a resistance here, but we also have a resistance here that's not marked with an arrow, but that is a strong resistance right there, and that's kind of what I'm thinking the price is going to happen this week. All right, so if you look here on the 1 hour chart, we have a red arrow. Okay, so it should be dropping some more this week, although it could go up and form another red arrow. So since the 4 hour chart shows to go up, what I would do, I would not sell right now. Okay, see the price drop, and then shot back up a little bit. So what I would do, this is just me, but I would mark this resistance. Okay, we already have this resistance marked. So what I would do is I would put a buy stop pin in order. Let me show you real quick how this will look. Okay, I'll put a buy stop at 1.40. Oops, 1.40. Let's say 600, and take profit at 1.41 100. Okay, and this will give us a decent amount of profit. Oh, I cannot place a trade because the market's closed. So anyhow, you can put a buy stop a little ways above right here, and a take profit right here, which will give us, you know, about 500 pips. That's really good, I think. So do be patient on this and just wait. All right, right now I would not sell, I would not buy, because it's just kind of in limbo. But do follow the 4 hour chart. Okay, wait for this to go back up, and then once you get a strong level of resistance and you get a strong sell signal, then you can sell again. Okay, so in the first half of the week we should see this go up. Okay, unlike the other USD pairs, but this one should go up in the first half of the week and then drop back down towards the end of the week. Okay, so that is my predictions for this week. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. Feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. There is a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook. Please contact me there first. I'll definitely be here to help you no matter what. And if you have any questions or comments about any other currency pair, if you want me to analyze gold or, you know, USDCAD, I mean like GBP CAD or NZD CAD, New Zealand dollar, whatever, I don't care. Just contact me on Facebook and we can sit down and work on that. Okay, so with that said, please let me know how I can help you. Thank you and have a wonderful week.